Earlier this week, we saw that there was a black bear and was captured in a Helena mobile home park. He wasn't the first bear found that far into the city limits, and as MTN's Andy Curtis found out, he probably won't be the last.
There are plenty of reasons for people to come and visit Helena. Our great historical sites, awesome breweries and restaurants. But recently, it sure seems like a lot of bears are making their way here into the city. And something tells me that they're not coming to tour the state capitol building.
Between the calls of just sighting of scat or knowing that the bear was there previous to actual sightings like this, I probably receiving 3 to 4 a day.
That's Sean McCarthy, and as the Animal Control and Urban Wildlife Officer for the Helena Police Department, he's been very busy this fall.
Definitely say that the amount of calls has gone on the rise. The amount of sightings in town especially have gone on the rise. I will say this spring was a very active spring for the urban wildlife, just as far as all the animals having a lot of young this spring. There was a lot of offspring coming up this year.
That's likely because of the mild winter we had, leading to a larger animal survival rate. And with more animals, you need more food, which is not exactly the case in the woods right now.
This time of year, the bears have run into drought problems in the mountains. Berries, things like that they'd normally be feeding on have dried up or just been eaten by other animals. So they're coming lower. That's one of the biggest reasons why we're seeing them here. They're following choke cherry trees and the smell of apples.
And just like avoiding bear encounters in the woods, there are things that you can do to keep these black bears from getting too close for comfort here in town.
Picking up apple trees, if we have fruit-bearing trees, picking up any of the fruit off the ground, making sure that area is clean. You have the ability to store your garbage cans inside a secure area, do so. People still want their bird feeders out, but they know. So suggestion is getting them up as high as you can, out on limbs that a bear may not try and climb out onto.
Sean also told me that he does get a lot of questions about pet safety, and yes, a bear can critically injure or even kill your dog or cats. But he said that the animals coming into town are more often than not scavengers looking for an easy meal instead of hunters wanting to chase down a live one. Having said that, though, you should use a lot of caution if you're letting your dog or cat out at dusk and dawn. Reporting from Helena, Andy Curtis, MTN News.
Other recommendations for avoiding bear conflict, even in urban areas, are carrying EPA-approved bear spray and knowing how to use it. Also, never feed wildlife, especially bears. Bears that become food conditioned lose their natural foraging behavior and pose a threat to human safety, and it's illegal to feed bears in Montana. Also, know your bears. It's important to know the difference between grizzly bears and black bears, whether you're hunting or hiking. Always keep a safe distance from wildlife. Never intentionally get close to a bear. And loud noises such as banging pots and pans, using an air horn or your car alarm, or shouting is a simple, effective short-term way to deter a bear on private property. If you do see a bear in or close to town, you can call the Helena Police Department or Fish, Wildlife and Parks.